Hi everybody, and we hope we'll see you tomorrow too, but welcome to TFT as we celebrate Happy New Year tomorrow night with our Past Lives promo.
Ooh, hi everybody. Looking good there, Mr. O.
Why thank you, my dear. It's a blast from the past.
Wow.
And of course I have that reminder on Twitter and Facebook too. Greetings!
Hey, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be there for some fun tomorrow and dabbling into past lives once more with a little bit of extra nuance this time.
And you know, it's one we've done several times now and it seems to be really popular. People really like it when we do the past lives because, of course, there's nothing we can say that proves we're right, but it sure is a lot of fun.
But you know, maybe it resonates with you, maybe not. Maybe it gives you food for thought, which is really interesting. But the one deck we use, Remembering Far Memory, is that the deck?
I think so.
Has an alien card in it. And now that I have the Martian Oracle, should the alien card come up, I might be able to give you a little bit more info on just what alien tribe you might have been from.
Death to the Klingons.
So that's always fun when the alien card comes up. And hey, who can say? The other thing is we're also using a deck of archetype cards that can help us hone in more on maybe some personality characteristics, maybe some roles that you had in this past life. So we think it'll add a really nice enhancement with what we're already doing. I had a role in the past
life. I think I was Orson Welles. No, wait.
Okay, Mr. O. All right. Well, anyway, do join us tomorrow. We hope for some fun. Nice, safe way to spend your New Year's Eve with all this COVID stuff going on. Just stay home and come and watch Past Lives.
Happy New Year.
All right. Well, welcome to the show today. You notice we've opened up the space for...
No, they can't really see that.
Well, you will when he gets here. But we've opened up space for
all of this is opened
who to sit in between us now. We'll see how that goes. At any rate, our oracle for the day is going to be a tarot deck. It's going to be the Curious Creatures. I thought I'd try that as our collective card and see how it goes.
All right. I'll leave that there for the moment. Curious
And
Creatures.
that is by Chris Ann, who also does the wonderful, beautiful Light Seers Tarot.
And I have my nice little cup of tea with lemon and sugar.
And I have one too. Thank you, Mr. O.
You're welcome, sweetie.
All right, I'm going to have you draw now. There is a reversed sort of reading I can give for this. Most of her stuff is for, well, it's both. You'll see. But there's a heads or a tails reading for this.
Oh, wow.
Just some keywords. All right. So, let me fan them for you, Mr. O.
You know, it's almost the New Year, so I want to be dramatic.
Oh, no. You're so silly. Now, do you flip that, or is that the way you wanted it?
I want it this way.
All right. Yeah, obviously.
Well, who wouldn't? It's the King of Pentacles.
May I have my booklet?
Yes, you may.
Thank you. It's the King of Pentacles. And is that a deer?
Looks more like a moose.
Oh, okay. It's a moose.
It's
well,
a moose.
I would find out when I get there, I am sure. All right. I just want to see what she has to say. Chris Ann. And it is in the heads position, which of course means material wealth, bounty, family, and community. Groundedness, a confident leader, warmth, generosity, having solid foundations, accomplishments. It's good stuff. So this Moose King bellows a message of triumphant success, true success in all of its forms, emotional, spiritual, material. He has claimed his freedom with the understanding that accomplishments are built on experience, and he has walked through the forests of life enjoying each and every adventure along the way. The many challenges have taught him how to work with his talents and blind spots and how to take his place in the world around him. He constantly uses magical energies of desire and longing to discern which trail should be the next. He teaches us to remain grounded as we grow and to remember that material riches are only a small part of an abundant and vibrant life. Material wealth can only be enjoyed when shared with community and loved ones, and knowing exactly what your nature is and having that truth witnessed and accepted by those around you is the most magic, precious expression of earth magic. This type of balanced success will bring you to the bliss of true fulfillment. So what does Moose Conversations include here? How are you protecting your energy and your assets in a way that allows you to bolster your future? Is it helping you? Do you invite your community and your beautiful connections into the building of your dream? Leverage your people by allowing them to take part in the goal, building, and the reward. How often do you lead with love? And isn't that the story of the King of Pentacles, Mr. O? He's very beneficent. He does lead with a heart of gold.
He does, right. He's not often perceived really as being a lover, a leading man kind of thing. He's kind of the person who loves you more unconditionally in a way, because maybe he's your father, maybe he's a banker who really likes you and believes in you, maybe he's a good lawyer. That would be like the same as a unicorn.
And considering all we've been going through with a COVID resurgence and things like that, it behooves us to start off this new year and recognizing that, it's a full life is not about money and riches. A full life is so much more than that. And if nothing else, this pandemic should teach us that lesson and how we should all be giving to one another to make sure we pull through this. Exactly. Beautiful, beautiful message for today.
So I have my several decks here. I have the Tarot of Mermaids. That's just the box. I'm just going to show that. And then I have the Legend Arthurian Tarot, which I like. Although at times it has confused me. Is that a page or a knight? What suit is that? And then, of course, one I never get too confused on at all is, of course, my Egyptian Nefertari. And that's the Page of Swords from that one. And I just love those gold foils. Nice.
Okay. Well, I got the Tarot of the Moon Garden one more time. I will shake it up next week. Oh, my. And here, at least it looks a little bit brighter. It's the Tower in this deck. I mean, it looks kind of fantastical, but still a little spooky.
I love that deck.
I like this deck.
I secretly longed for you to give it to me.
I know you've said that before.
And you never did, of course. And I never went and got my own. Or if I did, I don't know where it is.
If you ever want to use it, you can. Oh my gosh, and look what I pulled from MJ Culinane's Dog Tarot.
This is going to be rough.
It's the King of Pentacles again. In that deck, which we'll be using today.
Bark. Oh, Gina's not here either.
Gina's not here.
Yeah.
All
we
right.
don't know, right?
And we have, for one last time, and of course I get the Santa-looking one, the Nightmare Before Christmas, the Hanged Man, in the Nightmare Before Christmas Tarot. As Christmas is winding down, but Santa, he's still hanging around.
Oh, that sounds like a song by the Stranglers circa 1981.
And the beautiful, once again I brought it out because it's just so beautiful. Oh, and this is the Nine of Pentacles, the Tarot of the Rainbows Tarot, whatever it's called. Oh, over the rainbow. Oh, goodness.
He looks a little wild there, eh?
Hey. Beautiful cards.
It is pretty. I like it.
Beautiful cards. I love the backs. I love the fronts.
It reminds me of a deck that our friend Angerona has.
Oh.
Only hers is in black and white. No, it isn't. It is a color one. And it's an interesting deck.
And making its final appearance for the season is we've enjoyed it, the Yule Lenormand. And there is the stocking in that deck, which is what, Mr. O?
Magic is afoot? No. Nice try, though.
It's number 9. My number. It's the bouquet.
Well, a well-used sock is like a bouquet, right? As long as it's been washed and fragranced and stuff.
Oh, man. All right, this is going to be quite the show, people. Hey, Marcia has arrived.
Hi, Marcia.
Hi, Marcia.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year to everyone.
Yes, in case we do not see you, but do try to make our past life show tomorrow. It'll be loads of fun.
Pinch his nose. I'm always bringing up something kind of smelly.
Mr. O.
Too many puns, right?
It's going to be that kind of day. All right, well, let's go through our list. It's a little short, so we might end early today. Now, I have January Girl as second, but she wanted to be at the end. Is that what the deal is?
She wanted to be in about an hour, so we have to flick over to her in an hour, regardless of where we're at, because we promised her. I did.
Okay.
So that'll be about
So
50
I guess
minutes
I'm
from now.
just going to move her to the bottom anyway.
And of course, if we're done before she gets back, by some chance, doubt it, we'll just say it's at the very end. We'll just record it. It's at the very end.
All right. So, Sal, you are up, and then Mama T, Libra Cusp, Violet Lotus, Marcia, and January Girl.
Alrighty.
Short list, but it is holidays. We always slow. It seems like sometime late in November through possibly mid-January, so I suspect it'll be a little slow.
So we've been playing around because on Christmas Eve, we mentioned our kids came over and we had lasagna of 2 types and we had some ham. It was really nice ham.
Oh, gosh.
And so we've had a bit of extra ham. So
comfort food.
Yeah. And it's
Kraft
really
macaroni and cheese with the ham diced up.
That was
some
today.
Onion in there. It was pretty good.
And the other day I cut up some ham for scrambled eggs and cheese with ham. And of course I've had 1 or 2 ham sandwiches. So yum yum. Hi, Estelle.
All right, let's see. Feels about Isabella. Alan and Isabella will be together. Okay.
Mermaids?
Yeah, mermaids.
Mermaids. Our central feel mermaids. Can you say the question again to me?
What Alan Aries feels about Isabella? Will Alan and Isabella be together? Let's do 3.
Okay.
Let's do 3 and see. We might have to do a yes, no. But hey, we've got the time. Oh, it was really good. I like to make, I have a special mac and cheese recipe. I keep promising I'm going to make it.
You better.
Yeah, this winter would be a good time. But we did stock up on some Kraft macaroni and cheeses, and so we decided to use that.
The easy way out.
The easy way out today. Well, I didn't have all the ingredients for my mac and cheese, so I have to do that. Make sure of that.
Yeah, your macaroni and cheese recipe is another stunning study in contradictions in terms of what I always believed you like or don't like when it comes to food. You know what I'm getting at?
I do. Well, Marcia, people have been sick lately with other things than the COVID too.
Yeah, we're
That's
sorry
what's making
about that.
it all so difficult right now. There's lots of people, even in healthcare, out sick with COVID or whatever, and now we have the National Guard, I hear, helping out in hospitals in 48 states. It's crazy here. It really is.
How does Rick like his coffee, Mama T? Does he drink it black or more like me and Banshee, some sweetener and cream in it?
Sorry. Let me...
When I'm feeling good, I set it up the night before because I'm rain or shine. I'm usually up by 6:30 or so these days.
Retirement.
I can't sleep in, and I can't stay up late either. Okay, Estelle. So, Alan and Isabella, what's going on with them? Will they be together? So our first card is the reversed 7 of Cups.
That's interesting.
Uh-huh.
That is.
And then we have the reverse Strength.
Oh.
And then the upright Three of Pentacles. Three of Coins, Three of Pentacles.
Wow.
Can I get you to go first?
Yes. The Three of Pentacles upright and Strength reversed are striking to me as so. I feel like maybe they've been working on things. I don't know if they've had issues, if anything's been up with them, but it looks like they're working on their relationship. There are some weak points. There is like some imbalances, between one person over the other, maybe being overly dominant or not, not sharing, maybe trying to control the other too much. That seems like it took a lot of light off of me. I could be wrong, but okay.
Well, I took a lot of light off of everything. I'm trying to get that better lit. So I'm sorry that you don't appreciate it.
Right,
Are you real?
Yes, it's okay.
Okay.
All right. So at any
But your great doesn't show.
At any rate, I should have worn my hat today, my silly hat. That would have helped. Gosh, now it's going to be new. I'll wear it tomorrow. So at any rate, it looks as though to me they're working on something relationship-wise and trying to work out differences. One might be more pushy than the other, or maybe somebody's trying to push the issue now that we need to work together if this is going to work for us. And that Seven of Cups then hanging there says to me they've really made a decision to try to focus on working things out.
So apparently from the chat room it's pretty clear. Most of us like our coffee about the same. Yum, yum. So that's good. That's cool. What I see is that the Three of Pentacles there maybe sort of suggests that somebody, I don't know which one, has high standards or has high standards for the other person perhaps. But I also see what Banshee's saying there too, and that I feel like maybe theirs is not a totally easy thing. That Strength reverse sort of suggests that maybe they are sort of grappling with how they apply heart and other, conditions to what's going on there. But the Seven of Cups reverse really ultimately says that they seem to have some shared goal or some shared ideal about, what they would like. But it is, a work for them. And like I said, maybe somebody has higher standards or for the other person. So we're going to throw our Lenormand now, Asal, and see what that says. I'm liking tea right now, to tell you the truth. I don't always drink coffee or tea after 2 or 3, but tonight we're having some tea. I'm
just a picky eater. But I got to keep it kind of simple anyway now with some of the issues that I've had. So my needs are very simple these days. Oh, look at that.
Okay, so here's what we have, Asal, as further with our Lenormand. We have the fireplace, which is the sun. And then we have the sleigh, which is the ship. And of course, the ship talks about travel or movement. And I feel that it's informing the sun. So it's saying like maybe what I feel is like they're in a grand journey together. They sort of feel there's light coming to them. There's enlightenment. There's warmth. There's good health. There seems to be a sense of fortune and future for them. And they feel they're on this trip together.
Libra was raised vegetarian.
Oh, that's awesome. That really is.
Well, so it kind of backs up what I was saying in a way, because it looks to me as though, and we're going very cold into this. We don't know what's going on there. I don't know if you truly know what's going on there, but it looks like they are trying to move towards making this a successful relationship. They're trying to work on strengthening their bonds. It's not easy with Strength reverse there. They have some issues, but they have decided to go this route, and they are moving towards success. It looks very positive. I'm not sure that the outcome ultimately will be successful, but I have to say that they are moving in that direction.
Yeah, that's what we feel there.
So what we have for you, Asel. All right.
So many years ago, around the time that we were first married, and we knew another couple that were in their own way kind of similar to us. I believe they shared the same astrology with us. I think one was an Aries and one was a Scorpio. And literally to the day, they had a child about a year before we did. And their child they named Brendan. And of course, ours was very close to Brendan. But the mom, Jan, was a serious vegan vegetarian type. And she ate no meat at all during her pregnancy, probably for years before that. Except at one point, she got this immense craving for Burger King. And she just said, my body says I have to eat Burger King. So she went and ate Burger King. And I guess she had a couple of those, and she had a real healthy boy. We kind of fell out of touch with them, but, that's...
But she was pretty staunch.
She was a very staunch vegan vegetarian. And for 1981-82, we were in the counterculture, but we never saw a lot of that. I mean, we saw people that did juicing and veggies, but not so exclusively.
Hey, Divine You.
Hi, Divine. Love and hugs to you. Happy New Year.
All right, Mama T, you are up. And after Mama T is Libra Cusp, Violet Lotus, Marcia, Divine You, and January Girl. Very short list tonight. January Girl wanted to be at the end of the list, so we are putting her there. Or at least an hour from now. It's going to work out.
I've often heard that some women favor either more milky, creamy things or more salty, meaty things, and depending on which, that may indicate more likely the gender. So, for example, if it's creamy, cheesy, non-meat stuff, they may be carrying a female, but if it's salty, meaty things that they're craving or wanting to eat, then maybe they're carrying a boy. I don't know if that's a universal truth, but I've heard it a few times. I've heard it from nurses or people that did some amount of midwifery, so who knows? Love and light to everyone. Eat or don't eat. Either way, you will be eaten. I can't remember. That was a line from a play, and I don't remember it.
General for Mama T.
Screw that up. We who eat must also be eaten. We only ask that we are not eaten today. And that was my immortal line from the play, boom, 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 The Ritual for Protection Against Pterodactyls, which was the second or third play I did at the Freezer Theater, a lonely little shabby, very much street theater in 1979 and 80.
Mr. O is in a chatty, reminiscent mood tonight.
I gotta focus here because I'll screw up your reading, Mama T. But yeah, it's like really weird past I lived.
We lived.
And then we realized we were having a child, so we just pretty much dropped a lot of that. Not all of that.
Really?
But, well, I mean, we dropped the theater performances
Hey,
stuff.
whatever.
Well, only for a while. Okay, I'm trying to focus, Mama T, honest. General reading.
All right. Let's see what we have here. Wow, first card. Mr. O.
I know.
The Ace of Swords, upright.
Yes, it's the Ace of Swords. Isn't that awesome?
Wow.
Undertaking.
The Four of Swords, upright.
Oh, I like that. That's so pretty.
Oh my gosh.
You hit the jackpot, I guess, eh?
It's sorta palooza. But they're all good aspected, Mama T. It's the Six of Swords, upright.
Oh, I like that too. What deck is this?
The Tarot of the Rainbow.
Oh, it's so pretty. It's very pretty.
So, Ace of Swords is victory, but you know what, Mama T? There is victory for you in taking care of you. Because the very next card is all about rest and recuperation and pulling yourself together. It's okay to step back from things. It's all right to take time for you. Sometimes there's victory in that. And also, look at that last card, the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is all about navigating and moving yourself to calmer, more tranquil, possibly better conditions for you. You are moving away from things that have drained your energy into better times.
It's exactly that. This is a beautiful reading for you, Mama T. I think that if you've been having end of the year situations that make you, feel bad about the coming year, the prognosis really looks good here. You should use this time, to allow messages from Spirit to come through in meditations. That's what's going on there. This person isn't just resting, they are receiving energies and healings, and all those rainbow colors are chakra energies, whatever they are. And I think ultimately what they are telling you, keep moving towards your goal, keep moving away from the problems you are, and victory will come to you. You just have to continue to feel you're holding the sword, you're taking up the challenge, so to speak. Don't give up. Consider, some rest and meditations, but continue to wield the sword.
Tarot at the end of the rainbow. Thank you, Violet Lotus. Yes, that is the name.
Okay. Oh, stop being so stubborn.
All right. Well, there is one thing. So if something has been draining on you, this is the 8, which is the coffin in this deck, which means something is coming to an end. And then I have the kitten here. The kitten here is about friendships, partnerships. I feel like maybe something is, you're moving on from something and letting something go, or someone that maybe has not been as fulfilling as you would have liked, or has drained you in some way, or you just realize it's no longer something, you have no longer room for this person or situation in your life.
Well, it may not be something that you overly feel, but it may be some minor attachment from your past that still holds a little bit of emotional, power over you. I just sort of feel that maybe it's a change in a relationship, or a change in a feeling about somebody. Maybe you're related to them, maybe they're just somebody and that clearly some of that reflection is also, and movement is also about maybe letting that situation go.
Yeah, that's true. If there's any pain caused from some past relationships, maybe because that's what the 6 of Swords could be about too, moving away from the things that have drained you or caused you grief or stress. And I think that's kind of just reinforcing that there. Be loyal to yourself and put an end to the things in your life that drain you.
I don't know if we can recommend a Netflix because we don't really have it, but
Yeah.
We hear a lot about it, but nothing I can really remember, so no recommendations from us. Anyone else? So that's what we have, Mama T, so I hope that resonates. And of course, Happy New Year. I hope we see you tomorrow night.
We finally got our Fire Stick working on a small TV upstairs, so I'm going to start utilizing Amazon Prime stuff.
Which we hear there's quite a bit of good stuff.
Yeah,
and we did spring for the Disney Plus and some of the other channels.
And Discovery.
So Hulu. So we should get rid of Comcast, though.
I can see our internet warbling now at the mention of that, Mr. O.
No, I said I wanted to get rid of my bombast because I realized that, like especially tonight, I'm just really bombastic.
There's just no stopping him tonight. I think we're in for it, people. All right, but that's what we had for you, Mama T. Libra is up, and Libra's got her question posted. What's coming towards her? All right.
All right, Libra, Happy New Year. And I'm going to use the Nefertari.
That's right. Good, you'll have fun. We love these past life readings. Well, some of them aren't always happy past lives, but remember, they're gone now.
They're gone and you're here now.
Some of what you hear from that may resonate, like if you have certain fears of things, or, there's certain patterns in your life. you may realize maybe there's some roots from this in a past life.
I think Sonny's very happy with his new place. I don't know if you are.
Well, the thing is, we have a big square table that we usually keep outside in the summer. So it's our outdoor table, but it works perfectly here for Mr. O's workstation.
Well, it doesn't work perfectly because I have to turn
Sideways.
this way, and then I'm not looking in the camera, and I
Just
don't like...
remember to turn your beautiful face back to the camera, dear. And honestly, we didn't even have any wine today. We thought about it, but we're saving it for tomorrow.
Yeah, so tomorrow I'll be really loopy juice.
Oh, man. Happy New Year. Oh, I'm supposed to cut it. Didn't you say something?
Because I was looking over here.
I know.
All right.
I'll put these by you.
So, Libra, you have the Three of Cups.
Ooh.
Oh, look at that. Mama T, thank you.
Oh, there's a cat.
There's a cat. Thank you, Mama T.
Thank you, Mama T. You're so sweet.
Okay, and then there's the reversed Page of Cups. So that's another cup. We had the Three of Cups.
Page of Cups, reversed.
And then another cup, the reversed Ten of Cups.
Wow, whatever's coming is emotional.
Yeah,
Could
there's
involve family.
There's a bit of emotion here. It may involve family,
or close
people,
friends.
Close friends.
Some news or something maybe that is disappointing. It's disappointing in some way. And you know, it's funny there because you also have that Three of Cups. And the Three of Cups is a card of celebration. So I don't know if this means it's some gathering of some sort or, whatever. You're going to get some disappointing news from family.
Yeah, what's coming towards you? And I'm wondering, too, because I see the Three of Cups on the one side and the Ten of Cups on the other. And I wonder if the news indicates something that you were looking forward to, an occasion of happiness, or something that you knew about.
That could
Maybe
be.
You knew about certain people having a party or having a marriage or a union or a celebration, and maybe there's something that's off about that. It may be something that could change in the future. I suppose it's time to do the Lenormand, but that's what seems to be coming towards you. You may have a particular interest here, a vestment of some sort, like maybe either or both are close friends, or somehow the situation concerns you.
I feel that it's emotional, whatever this is. It's going to involve others, and it could be a social situation. I mean, I'm not going to rule out that maybe it's in social networking, but I feel that whatever it is, it's going to kind of hit you on an emotional kind of level.
Well, we're not teetotalers, but this is about the only time of year that I'll have a drink. I know earlier this year I might have for the anniversary or something
we've done
like
it maybe, yes, the anniversary time. Pretty much a holiday here and there, and that's about it. Occasionally, when we used to go out to restaurants, I'd have something with the dinner once in a while.
Yeah, never a major drinker, me. Okay, your first card, Libra, is the Sleigh Whip, which is the whip. And then Father Time, which is the Sith. So that's interesting, the Sith and the whip.
Libra, this really does smack of an argument of some sort, I have to say. Because the scythe and the whip together are kind of aggressive. You know, they're aggressive
complement each other.
Yeah. Now, the scythe is not pointing itself at the whip. It's really going the other way. But I feel there's a message here of, whatever this is, it sounds like to me it could be sharp words,
Ooh.
Sharp words, potentially some sharp actions. So don't let any fights or squabbles or disagreements get out of hand.
Right, and the whip sort of says that not only is it sharp, but there's a sting, there's a smart. So this could be, altercations between people who mostly use emotional and verbiage to enact the pain, perhaps.
Well, I definitely feel that because of the cups here, maybe.
Yeah.
So, this doesn't sound like a good situation. And maybe the psych as an added thing here, I could say, is saying it's time to cut out, anything that's causing, these kind of aggressive reactions. Maybe it's time to cut some of these relationships off.
Well, I think that because that Three of Cups is upright, that ultimately this is a situation that may rebalance and mend.
Well,
but I think the immediate sense is that it does portend some amount of disagreeable emotions or interactions with some people.
There could be people that rally around you. Maybe that Three of Cups could say that as just maybe a particular circumstance or situation, and you have others who may rally around you.
True enough, because it does seem to concern more than just yourself.
Well, good luck. This is
Good
pretty
luck.
harsh. I mean, we usually don't go this route, so
Well, when I was a much younger person, of course, I heard of epic romance breakups on New Year's Eve or around then. So who knows, right?
Yeah, tensions are high right now, and everything's so
That's
crazy.
true, too.
So hang in there, Libra. I hope maybe the cards are just off today, but that's what we see for you.
Happy
Good
New
luck
Year.
with that.
Alrighty.
Violet Lotus, you are up, and then Marcia, Divine You, and January Girl.
And in about 20 minutes, wherever we're at, we'll probably try to move towards January Girl. Did they drop a question? Maybe they're going to just come back. I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
I mentioned that they might want to drop a question.
You don't have to look now.
That's true.
It is okay. Oh,
It
look
is
at
okay.
Stretch Boy here. You can only see his orange fur. There he goes. You can see his head. Aw.
So thanks again for your donation, Mama T. Happy New Year.
Thank you, guys. And thanks for coming. I know everybody is very busy around these times, so, we get it. It's kind of hard to get everybody here.
Okay, thanks for the
2022
question,
with
Violet.
your path, progress, and such. Okay.
And tomorrow is New Year's Eve, but it's also time for the Emotional Exchanges, my weekly show. So don't forget to check that out.
And what's not happening this week? Happy Hour is canceled this week again because we're doing the show on Friday night. We're giving ourselves Saturday off, but Happy Hour will return this week from Saturday.
So that's the 8th, I believe, yeah. At its normal time of 10 a.m.
Yay!
Yes.
One more. And then I pass it on to you, Mr. O. Here. He is very protective of this new scratching post I bought for the cats. It kind of looks like a mini Christmas tree, silly, and it's rope and it's carpeting. And like whenever another cat goes up to it to lay by it and start to scratch it, he runs over and kind of pushes them out of the way. It's like his tree, whether he's using it or not. Oh, Sonny. Learn to share. Wow, well, look at this, Violet Lotus. You start off with the Page of Candles or Wands upright. Whoa. And then you have the Ten of Swords or Needles reversed. Then you have the Ten of Cups reversed.
So 2 10s.
2 10s. So, if I had to hazard a guess here, you're acting about your spiritual path and, what's going on with you in 2022, progress and such. Well, there's things here, I think, to consider. You are like on a path, a fresh start here, and I feel that some of this has to do with, I guess what I'm struggling with here is I'm trying to decide if this is mending old family wounds or if this is mending wounds in your own family now. I get the feeling that, this is something that's necessary for that. Will it be easy? Probably not. I think you're off to a good start, and the Page of Wands is indicating, you're moving on this adventure, and the Ten of Swords is reversed, which indicates, you're moving past some of the deeper stuff, maybe some of the more heavy aspects of this in trying to, or moving through and working through in trying to mend something to do with family. Don't you feel that?
This one's a little difficult for me. I'm looking at it and I feel like that double whammy from the two reverse tens sort of pulls it towards this idea of, things that relate to your family and or the connections from there, pain, lack of support, lack of happiness there. And I feel that
there's a message here.
That this is like that light in the darkness. The Page of Candles looks like that familiar, that little thing that sort of lights you and takes you towards something different.
I feel you're actually, well, go ahead.
But we're not really getting to what it is you can do, to fully go there. We're just sort of looking at how it is happening. I mean, unless I'm not understanding the question.
Well, the question was what was happening on the path in 2022, and I feel it's not asking for an answer. It's this is what's happening. I feel there's an attempt to heal these wounds. I feel there's an attempt to move past them now. Remember, the Ten of Swords reversed is kind of like, time is bringing this healing, this time of working on it maybe, is bringing this healing process. But it's not going to be totally easy, and it's going to dig up some stuff. But I feel that with the Page of Wands there are messages. You are receiving messages from this also.
Well, it seems like it's deep pain, that 10 reversed of cups, but it's also deep pain that's about really overcoming what it was. I mean, Ten of Swords literally does talk about defeating bad things, right, or putting them aside somehow.
Reversed, so it's recovery of sorts, but it isn't easy.
It isn't easy, and that's especially because of this. It just feels like something else is helping you, and I'm wondering if this represents an external spirit or force or essence. Maybe it's not totally external, but it's something. It represents something that will guide you. Maybe it's your own work, Maybe it is that sense of your own spirit saying this is the work you need to do here, or that it's still with you. Look at that sun, man.
He is out. I'm happy.
Yeah. I guess he likes the new setup too.
Yeah, see, I think it's a good idea, but I understand your problem with it. I get it.
I just think it's important to remember that the page is always kind of like a message coming, and so this really is the idea that you are the one that's informing yourself. It's about self-information. Whenever I see candles and fires, I sort of feel there's the property of the sun, the sense of informedness.
This is going to be a hard one too, speaking of which. That was the first card.
Okay, and the humbug is the snake.
Yes.
Followed by the fox.
Well, it's kind of interesting because the fox can have good and bad connotations depending on what cards they fall with. And they fall with the snake, which the snake in the Lenormand is not, how should I say this? Not the same sacred kind of animal, we know of transformation in the craft. So I have to say that it looks as though you're dealing with energies here that are very insidious and sneaky and snaky. I mean, so you're going to have to use some cunning and your wits in the year ahead to work your way through these issues that you have. And also maybe this is a call to you. I will say one other thing about this combination, Violet Lotus, is don't deceive yourself. Don't deceive yourself. Think about, these issues that you are working through and these energies in a very objective manner. Don't be deceiving yourself in any way.
I think sometimes we tend to normalize evil and sort of make it more trite. And I might have been doing that really with that Ten of Swords, but I think that the way the fox and the snake have shown up sort of say don't discount the fact that, some really truly bad stuff can exist in some of our families or in some of the dealings we've had with people over the course of our lives. I mean, I can't even get into mind. That'll be a subject of maybe a soul story or some blog entry. But, there are some bad situations that you have to try to get over. And this is really what that is talking about, is overcoming that. And I think that the fox and the snake sort of reinforces that idea.
Hi, Sile. So
Hi, Sile.
I feel your spiritual work, Violet Lotus, is going, I wonder if this is impacted by some of your own life experiences, growing up, etc. And putting, and really, allowing not allowing those to color the work that you are trying to do and the direction you're trying to move in spiritually. Take the essence of what you have learned through all the experiences in your life and use it to create a more positive future, 2022. And that's what we have for you. Boy, you and Libra, you guys had a couple of tough readings here. So good luck with that.
Thank you.
And Sile, do you want a reading tonight? I'll add you to the list. It's rather short. All right, we have Violet Lotus is done. Hey, Marcia.
A general read.
General reading, okay. And then Divine You, Sile if they want a reading, and January Girl. All right. For 2022, good, bad, what's coming towards.
So
right,
I'm reading this Divine. It's a little hard to keep up right now, but it's very interesting. Sure, I'm going to use Legend.
Okay.
It does sound like karma, doesn't it?
What?
You'll have to scroll back to read all of it. It was some things that Divine was sharing with us.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
Thanks for sharing that, Divine. I had to take a moment to catch up with that.
All right. So don't forget my show, The First Material Matters. So 2022 will be this Sunday. The video will premiere at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's see what 2022, well, it's really just going to be the first week of 2022 has in store for everybody. I have a feeling it's going to be pretty topsy-turvy with everything going on right now with COVID and all.
We're both hoping to get our predictions for the year out soon, very soon.
Very soon. We're probably filming it tomorrow. Got a couple of things to work out with it, but
and these are kind of like general collective for the entire world, and they're going to be about the larger issues of the world, perhaps.
It's going to be a little bit different this year. We're utilizing one of our yearly spreads and tweaking it so we can do a kind of U.S. or world prediction. Might be a combination of the two with this spread. So it's also similar to what we would provide for you as a yearly reading that we sell, but it's a little bit different. It's tweaked.
And we'll also be putting on the blog or elsewhere some unboxing videos. I think there's 2, maybe more of those coming up. Hopefully in the next week or so.
Whoa.
Slippery. Okay, so general read for 2022. So you have the 2 of Swords.
Upright.
Upright.
Awesome.
You have Judgment upright. And you have a reversed Ace of Swords.
Wow, 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 wow. Okay, well, it seems to me, Marcia, 2022 is what's coming towards you is some big decisions you're going to have to make. I feel the 2 of Swords as you sitting back. You know, it looks as though early on, I think this year, at least ultimately, you're going to be kind of like sitting back. You're not ready to make the decision, but you realize something big has to happen or change for you. And Judgment is saying, you know, maybe there's going to be some type of epiphany that occurs, some type of wake-up call that makes you realize exactly what you have to do. And what's that final card? The Ace of Swords is victory, but it's reversed. And so I feel as though it's saying that, you know, you need to find out what's wrong, why you feel in life that, you know, that what you have gained so far is not enough for you. Why things feel right now that like an empty victory. That's maybe what you're thinking of. I have to shake things up. I have to change things around because my life feels right now like it's not fulfilling me.
That's a pretty good point. I see a lot of that there. I feel that 2 of Swords just sort of indicates the idea that you know you really have to change, but you have to really figure out what it is that you can do to change. And so that's where that revelation comes in, because at some point the information does come to you, the feeling does come to you, something comes to you that maybe suggests that. It may still end up being something that will be a lot of work and a lot of change, and that you really will have to work on. And I'm thinking this is coming more towards the middle of the year, maybe. I don't know. Time is a little fluid with this one, but I do feel like maybe, like Banshee says, you're going to really need to make some big changes. They may be things that you really find you have a hard time changing, but on the other hand, you sort of know you have to do it.
I kind of feel like this is not a total yearly outlook here, but I feel
that's true, that
this might encompass the first 3 to 6 months of the year for you. 3 for sure, and possibly longer. I feel like the Judgment card is the key here. Is something is just going to rock your world and make you in a not a bad way, but in a way like an aha moment in a way.
It is that.
And it's an awakening. And I feel that that's going to happen and make you finally make that move that you've been, you know, unwilling to make up to now, to that point.
It just feels really unexpected. Like it's just something that you didn't quite realize before. Maybe you should have, but, and you did, or you will, but just sort of unusual for you or unexpected in a way. So let's see what Lenormand gives us. And once again, we have the Yule log, which would be like the coffin. And from the bottom, we have the midnight moon, which is the moon.
So I don't know if this means some romance has to end, or this may have to do with an ending of a job situation, that is spurring this awakening. That I know that is, oh, you are unemployed, right? You are unemployed right now. So
This may be what really brings all of that out.
I could look at this two ways because of the way the cards fell. Success may come to you through an ending of some sort. It's possible maybe this job ending or some relationship or other thing that's ending is going to open up something new, something for you. It's going to be the epiphany you need to spark a new move or direction that you need to take in 2022.
And I think where I was indecisive about that reverse sword, it just may be that represents that the direction you thought it was going in really wasn't that direction, and you are going to really change direction in some way.
Yeah, it could also mean just reward, kind of a victory delayed or postponed. So I just feel it's going to take time for things to evolve for you in 2022. But I think you'll get there. Judgment might help, the Judgment card. So
it's not going to be in the very beginning.
Hang in there, Marcia, okay?
Hang in there.
Wish you the best. Good luck
Happy
with
New
that.
Year.
All right, so I also see that Deep Shaika entered the room.
Hi, Deep Shaika.
We are on Divine You right now, and then Sile, Deep Shaika, and January Girl. Who will be...
Now's about the time we should... Well, we don't have her question, do we?
Right.
Okay, so we're just going to wait till we have her.
Well, I did you look for sure? I'll look while you... Wait, it's my turn. You should look, I guess.
Yeah, I'll take a quick
I don't
look.
know that we have her questions. So
I don't think we do either, but I'm going to take a real quick look to see. We told January Girl that we would do her reading in about an hour. She was actually the second person in.
So we might just fit her in when she comes back. It's such a short list. Everybody will get read. So just hang in there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what happened. We'll just pick her up when she comes back. So for now, we are on Divine?
Yes.
All right.
Divine You. We'll wait for your question. Why am I shuffling your deck again? It's my
I don't know.
This time.
Indeed.
Let's pull out the Dog Tarot. Well, that's good. Ah, okay.
All right, and very good. So it's about time to go towards that.
Yep. But asking more about the current account.
Okay.
All right. There you go. That's right. February's just around the corner, literally.
Oh my goodness.
Boy, the year did seem to go by quicker to me, it seemed.
Way too quick.
Yeah. Right. Okay, we've got the Hermit. The Hermit's reversed. Wow. We have the Four of Swords reversed too. Interesting combination there. Wow. And then we have the Fool upright. Divine You, I don't know.
This is really like gangbusters almost.
Well, in a way, because the Hermit reversed, it can be a negative card, But to me, there are also positive attributes to it being reversed. And being that it's with the Four of Swords reversed too, it's actually pretty interesting.
I think so.
Yeah, I kind of feel like you are going to be really out there, dealing with these clients, dealing with these customers front and center. And the Four of Swords reversed indicates it's like back to activity and action. There's going to be movement. There's going to be things happening. I mean, it's all positive.
It could be the hint towards that new thing, too.
No, leave that for the Fool.
Well, I think it combines with that for that.
Okay, well, that's what I might as well go there.
Go
and
ahead.
Let you go ahead. Because what I was going to say, Divine You, I feel that those first two cards are really connected to your current situation, that you're dealing with now. It's going to be good. But the Fool is saying, aren't you just preparing yourself for that next adventure you're about to take in February? It's all good. It's all leading you to that. And the Fool is ready to embark on a new journey.
It may be that the Hermit just indicates, you being more out in the field, perhaps to some degree. So, of course, all the usual things, would apply to that. Be careful, of course, if you're actually with people in the now. But other than that, that's really what it looks like. Is there's a lot of activation of forward and outward movement that's a little bit more public. Yeah, thank you. That's
because
a good
that's the Hermit. When the Hermit is coming out of his cave, so there's some bad aspects to that depending on what cards show up with it. But I don't see anything bad here. This is all good.
Right now, it looks like you probably would be able to do that.
Right. Okay, I'll do the Lenormand. Let me have another sip of tea.
Yeah, it mostly looks really good. These cards seem to resonate to being successful and definitely progressive.
Now, if it was all about your client and your present work, because you say you want to focus on that, the Fool could just be indicating that, this is going to be exciting for you. This is going to be an adventure. It's really all going to be good.
And that there's really is some new challenges there anyway, or some new growth
Right.
there.
Don't be afraid to step out on a limb and offer some out-of-the-box thinking or suggestions to these clients. I feel that they would be very receptive.
In this reading for this question, that Hermit is probably okay to be placed that way. If it was upright, it may indicate that there would be more of a cerebral or more of a symbolic approach to some of these things, perhaps, or that there would be a lot of internalizing over some of that.
Right. I mean, if that came up upright with the Four of Swords reversed, I would say that you're turning inward at a time when you need to be more out there and moving on stuff.
So we think that's good the way it is.
I think it's good the way it is for this reading, Divine You.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, a lot of us are just, but please, everybody, be careful. We're averaging for the last couple of days now 12,000 cases a day of COVID.
Do you know what they said in the U.S. right now? Every
3 seconds.
3 seconds, how many? 2 people are infected? 3?
Something
No,
like
a
that.
lot of people are infected.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Every 3 seconds. Maybe it's 2 people are infected every 3 seconds, something like that. And that's
That would be a
crazy.
lot.
That's a lot of people.
And I'm glad you got your booster too. Oh no, wait, that's somebody else. That was you. Yeah.
Well, all right. The first card I drew was the Stork.
The Stork.
And the second card I drew is the Mice. So I almost feel like you are going to be transitioning from a period that was kind of stressful or maybe draining to you to something better, a new beginning. So I don't know, maybe this period will drain you a little bit, or maybe you're just coming off of a period, right now where you felt drained of energy and stuff, and you are now moving into a new phase where things are going to be lively, and there's change afoot. There is some sort of changes taking place that are positive.
I mostly agree, but I do think that some of this will give you a little bit of anxiety. You may be mostly just sort of a little harder on yourself, thinking that you're not as prepared or you're not as situated the way you want to be. This may not matter as much as you think. I think it's more your own personal thing there. You sort of always want to be in the best light possible, so you're going to always a little bit second guess yourself in that respect. But I think the important thing is that Stork, combining with the other things, is you got great stuff coming to you in the future, especially if you're willing to pursue it.
Right. That's the key. And I think it looks pretty good, Divine You. Hey.
Amen.
Good luck with that. All right. So we are on Sile. Sile, did you want a reading or did you just stop in?
I wish I could stay at home more.
Sile, Deep Shika, and January Girl. And, you know, I do get out a little bit lately. I've been in and out of stores. It's worrisome, though. It really is. I think the most time we've spent anywhere right now was at the darn phone store because it takes time for them to upgrade all that.
Oh my goodness, we
stuff.
were there in relatively close quarters for 90 minutes.
It really
least,
worried me because
longer.
I usually, even when I shop at a major store, I'm only in there for about an hour tops, and I go when there's the least amount of people. So it was kind of worrisome. So there's just things we have to do, but we're really trying to minimize it. We really
I hate to be such a doomist, but the other day on a forum I go to, it's a little bit more on the political side, but I was reading about somebody who was worried about their older sister who's 82 and is living in a rest home, and they thought they might have infected them because they found out they were infected.
January Girl's back.
Okay, January Girl, we're gonna take you right now, I think.
Well, Sile, you can type your question. But go ahead and type yours, January Girl, because I'm not sure if Sile's here or not.
January Girl kind of mentioned it in the Gmail. There's a Gmail. Work decision that you've been busting to ask about. Okay, so maybe we need more information.
Yeah, go ahead and type your question.
We're also glad you got your booster too, though, so we understand that's what she was doing. She was out for her booster. So go right ahead, January Girl. And then we'll just grab Celia as we can. And you're welcome, Divine Universe. Thank you so much.
Can you give me my cards, Mr. O?
I could.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'll put these by you, because you'll be next. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so I guess I'm back to the mermaids, possibly.
All right, January Girl, we wait on you, and then it'll be Sile and Deep Shika, and we'll call it a night.
And we have just entered our second hour, so we'll see how this goes.
It's 8:09.
Yeah, well, we entered about 9 minutes ago.
To be exact.
Number 9.
My number. There it is.
So you're basically wondering if you should go there.
Yeah, is that the question?
What would it be like if you started there? What to look out for?
Okay.
Alrighty. And Happy New Year too, January Girl. Hope everything is wonderful as we move into the new year.
Oh, Lena's arrived.
Hi, Lena.
We'll get to you, Lena. We'll get you on the list. It's really
General?
short.
Yeah, we should be with you pretty soon, actually.
What's your take of him, his office? Or go or wait for something else? Well,
Okay.
let's look at what they said, what it says first about him. It might all come out there. If not, maybe we can do a quick yes no.
You're welcome. And we're just going to mention again that tomorrow night we are here on New Year's Eve doing our past
Past life readings
special
tomorrow.
for Happy New Year. And it should be interesting. We have a tweak perhaps there, so you can check that out with us.
And Lena, Happy
Out
New
with
Year
a blast.
to you. Happy New Year to you, Lena.
Happy New Year from the past. Join us. 8 p.m. our time, that's Eastern Standard Time. Thank you.
Well, I like the way you could put that in there.
How so? Oh, because I did it? Okay.
Yes, because
So
you
we're
did.
back to January Girl, and our first card is the Ten of Swords reversed.
Well, if you got to get the Ten of Swords, it's always better reversed.
Then we have an Ace of Pentacles, but it too is also reversed. And then there's a Four of Cups, which is reversed. So a lot of reverse. No, it'll be a little later, Lena. It'll be about an hour later than this show is. So
Yeah, so I don't know if you can make it. It's at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow.
okay, January Girl. It's kind of interesting because the general feel is like maybe this is a person who perhaps knows how to deal with overwhelming things to some degree, and that they can kind of change things. But maybe in a way too, they're still sort of stalled in certain respects from that material level, or all of their plans have not totally worked out. So they may still be a force going forward, or maybe they're moving from a reversal or a setback that they've kind of managed to remove from. And then finally with the Four of Cups, so says that maybe they're possibly thinking of changing some things, and maybe that is where you figure in. Maybe they feel like you would fit into something new that may be going on.
Well, when I say the Ten of Swords reversed, yeah, okay, what is the situation at this office? I kind of feel as though they may have had some setbacks. They may have been recovering. You know, maybe there's been some issues in this past year due to COVID, whatever the case may be. There may be a little state of recovery here. What's that other card again?
This
See,
one?
that's yeah, the
reversed
problem.
Ace of Pentacles.
Yes. And so I wanted to say that maybe, you know, it might be rough in that office to turn a profit right now. There might be some delays, financial reward delays. I don't know if this means exactly for you or for, you know, the company itself. But I feel that Four of Cups reversed indicates that there may be opportunities here for you. There may be opportunities for eventual growth or some satisfaction. It may lead to something else. Maybe, like you said, you're starting there, so it might take you somewhere else eventually. It doesn't look all bad, but I guess what we should do now is maybe we should follow up with the yes, no, and see if you should go or wait for something else.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's ask if you should go there and see what it says.
Should January Girl go with this idea, this proposition, this new office?
It might be a challenging environment that will provide you with some growth. I mean, that's what it sounds like to me.
Whatever it is, don't feel indebted to it, I guess, depending on how it's coming to you, you know, from a friend, that kind of thing. You know, be your own person.
That seems like it's him in his office. I feel like he has navigated some rough financial waters.
Yeah.
But it looks like there may be opportunities there. You know, I don't feel it's necessarily a bad environment. I do think they've had some struggles.
Well, with the idea of that reverse Ten of Swords and then ending with the Four of Cups reverse, sort of is like they've averted some problems, but maybe it's because they're changing or they're thinking differently in certain respects. And I sort of felt that's maybe where you come in, because for some reason they feel like that would be, you know, helpful in some ways. Depending on what they know about you, what they feel you could do, or what they're looking to do.
I'll come.
All right, because you know I won't.
Well, you can chat there or look at the chat.
Alrighty, so not much to look at.
Whoa.
Let's count them up. Bullock. I know, it's got to be true, Violet. And I think it's only going to get really worse. People are really going to have to hang on for at least several more weeks because we haven't peaked at all with all of this, fresh infections happening.
It's leaning towards yes that you should do this, January girl. It's not a definite yes, but here you have the Ace of Pentacles upright.
That's great.
The middle card was Temperance reversed, and the Ace of Swords is on the end upright. So I feel here it's a positive yes, except, there's going to be some challenges. There's going to be some challenges, I think, initially with just acclimating to the environment there. I don't think there's anything bad here because there are so many, how should I say this, more problematic cards in the tarot than Temperance reversed. It's just basically saying you're going to have to find your place there. You're going to have to find your niche there.
I could be saying that, you'll be okay there, but you may be a little bit of a fly in the ointment, a grain of salt in the eye, that kind of thing. You may feel at least a little bit that you don't fit in, but I don't think it's that you don't fit in. I think it's more a sense of feeling comfortable. And so I think the feeling comfortable builds with time. But I also think, too, that maybe some of this just could be indicating that you have some trepidation, you have a little bit of worry about it, but I think mostly you should not. Isn't it my turn to do that?
Oh!
You want this from me. You do. Okay, maybe not.
Well, I've been pulling some challenging cards out of there today.
Yeah, I know. I so hope things, are reasonable. I'm so worried about so many people I know who've been so anxious to go to celebrations and parties, and I'm just so worried about people. Anyway. Interesting. Oh, okay. So first we had the snowman, which is hard to say if that's you, if that's the boss, if that's somebody else at all.
Oh, I think it's the boss.
Okay, and then there's Father Time, which is the Sith. And of course, we like to think that the Sith has a curve to it that ultimately takes it away from the snowman, that it's not cutting towards him, it's cutting away from him. So what do you say?
Well, it's a tough one in either case. I would say in this case, January girl, you might find this person has a little bit of an edge to them. They may have a little bit of an edge to them. They seem to be, in my mind, a bit of a taskmaster. So I will say that. So, if you love to work hard, this is the person to work for. He will put you to work.
I see your last remark there, and I think that's probably more true for you as you know yourself than we would. So I kind of agree with that. And I'm going to say with Banshee that, yeah, I sort of got that feeling there with that. And so it calls me back to the previous reading, which sort of indicated, a little bit of that. And I'd say mostly just, find your place there. Maybe that is where you feel uncomfortable because maybe you'll feel like, wow, this guy really does drive it a little bit. But I think
what you have to consider is this is a start for you. And so remember, the person said you could start over here with this person. I think that Four of Cups reversed is kind of key in saying that this is going to open up other things for you. So sometimes we just have to do what we have to do for a while to open other doors. So I'm not going to say this is going to be the perfect environment for you, but I will say it will be growthful and you'll be able to move into something better at some point.
I like what she's saying because it's a little better than what I said. What I said was that maybe there was this possibility that something was seen about you that they felt they liked, but I think it's more likely what she says, that this is really an opportunity for you, whether they see what you're capable of or not, but I think they mostly will. I think that's really kind of clear to me with the other cards here. So,
yes, new beginnings are tricky.
They are.
Everybody's got to get used to everybody's work style and everything. And even if you do a lot of work on your own, like some people in sales environments do, there's still that fitting into the culture there, that is important. So,
and I suppose that's what temperance reversed is more likely than not, that, you're going to be a slow melt into that maybe. You won't,
it won't be bad, but
you
you'll find your place.
mix in right away, but eventually you probably will.
Hey, good luck with that,
Good luck, January girl.
Sile, are
Happy
you
New
with
Year.
us? If you are, it's time to type your question, and then Deep Shaika and Lena.
All right.
We'll give Sile a moment because I'm not sure they're still here.
I'm not either.
Oh, Mr. O, it'll be a fun night tomorrow.
It will. I'm laughing already. Deep Shaika, you could go ahead and start typing in a question if you
go ahead
want.
and type your question, Deep Shaika.
We're waiting for Sile, but we don't believe that they've remained here, so we're just going to check it out. And you're welcome.
January
double
girl,
mask, you
I
betcha.
haven't yet, but I swear, I hope they have some. I have to go, I don't know how to explain this, but when I do my cancer drug, I have to wear gloves. I can't touch the pill. So I buy the latex gloves to wear when I get the drug and take it. And when I go to replace them this month, I'm going to buy some of those surgical masks and wear it under my cloth masks now because, everything is just getting too crazy.
Thanks, Lena.
Oh, Violet Lotus.
Thanks, Marcia.
Well, tomorrow night we'll be using probably the Light Seers Tarot along with some of the other decks I've mentioned, the Remembering Far Memory.
Okay, so I guess we're going to move from Sile, who probably has left, to Deep Shaika, who has asked the question.
2022.
From the job point of view, that's your deck.
Yes.
Alrighty, and then Lena. And then it looks like we'll be ending. Unless anyone else drops in.
We're the United States.
Yeah, we're in the US of A, of course.
We are in Michigan in the United States.
It's the two peninsula state where the lower one looks like a mitten and then the upper one looks like that. I'm trying to remember how you do that. But you do this one like this way and then that's sort of like, it's weird. It's Michigan.
We've lived here all our lives.
We're surrounded by one of the greatest sources of fresh water in the world. It's not the only one. It may not be the major one, but
the Great Lakes.
When you put them all together, it really is. Great Lakes, indeed. I mean, Lake Superior is nearly like an inland ocean. It's so large and deep. It's like literally considered one of the deepest lakes in the world.
The M95 masks are the best ones, but we definitely will be doubling up. I may end up getting some M95s ultimately, but we're just going to see how this goes. And the only things I have going on in January, I have to get a blood draw, and I have to get, I'm getting a mammogram.
You're already next morning, Lena. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's what I think happened. The virus is not intelligent, but the virus wants to reproduce, and so it's made a compromise somehow in the way that viruses evolve or do these things so that it's more contagious, more proliferant, and able to spread easier. But because it made that compromise, then some people won't be infected as deeply, or the vaccinated won't. So it's creepy.
I don't know what it is, but whatever the case may be.
Sci-fi novels. Okay, Deep Shake, I'm concentrating on your job point of view here. Let's get this together for you.
Yes. All right.
Don't be mean.
Me? Mean? Never.
Good deal. Good deal, Violet.
Well, we start with the Nine of Cups reversed. My goodness, what happened to my rainbow deck here? And then we have the Eight of Pentacles reversed. And then we have the Seven of Swords reversed. This is not looking good in 2022 job-wise. I hate to give you that news, Deep Shaika, but let's take a look at this here and see what's going on. I feel like whatever you find job-wise, whatever's going on with you job-wise, just doesn't seem to be fulfilling you. You don't feel fulfilled, so truly you may not be giving it your best efforts. And if you aren't employed right now, it may be just that, you need to work harder on finding what it is you feel you will fulfill you. So I'm just throwing that out there either way. Either you are at a very unfulfilling job right now that is kind of draining you of your usual work ethic. It's kind of making you feel like, why should I bother? The rewards just aren't here. And what's that last card again? It's the
Seven of Swords.
Oh, the Seven of Swords reversed. That kind of indicates to me that, this is a time you have to really... What's the thing about the Seven of Swords reversed? You have to get really... I don't know. I'm lost.
Well,
Go ahead.
sometimes I feel that the Seven of Swords reverse says that you may realize that some of your efforts aren't working and that maybe you need to switch efforts, or that maybe you've been trying to fly below the radar and that's not going to work, or that some things just need to be more upfront. What you're doing needs to be more upfront rather than maybe trying to do it on your own. Maybe it's talking about a team approach. The other cards to me do look dismal when I take them as a whole. It may be indicating that maybe this is just an overall bad economy for you or where you're at. I'm wondering about that. It may just be that there's not a lot of good jobs available or good things available.
That's an awesome point,
I sort of feel that between those two. And so this may be saying,
you have to watch out for you with that Seven of Swords. I mean, I think here... you just have to do what's best for you. If it's money you just need to get by and pay some bills and live for a while, then you need to do what you have to do. Hey, Mandy.
Hi.
Melinda, how you doing?
So, it will be about past lives, Lena. Okay, let's finish up with Deep Shaika. So I think that's pretty clear that this is not a great prognosis for the job point of view. You may have to do things you're not necessarily feeling good about that. You may have to do things that just aren't as fulfilling, like she said, or even as gainful, appreciative. It looks to me like this is more talking about the overall economy. So this could be the kind of thing that will affect a lot of people in your shoes, but it could also affect a lot of other people too. The economy, the way it's going.
Wow, Lena. You really gave me an idea there. And I wonder why at New Year we didn't think of doing future lives instead of past lives. That's really a great idea. And you know what? If people want a future life reading tomorrow, maybe we should consider that. So we'll keep that in mind. That's awesome, Lena. I don't know why I didn't think of that. Very good. But it can be done.
Sorry, Violet. We're going to switch it up, I guess.
No. People can have what they want.
They can choose, yes.
But I don't know if we are, but I definitely want to think about that. That's really a good idea.
So we're going to pull the Lenormand for you, Deep Shaika, and see what that tells us.
What's going on here? I hate to leave you. I don't know also, Deep Shaika, if this is like your whole year outlook. I do feel this is the way the beginning of the year is really going to start for you. And yeah, okay.
No, she didn't get another vaccine like for the flu, January girl, just the booster.
Yeah, we should have gotten the flu, but we did not.
Okay, so back to Deep Shaika, you have the clouds.
And the dark side is facing...
the stocking, which is the bouquet.
Well, this is kind of disappointing to me. I feel like you are going to feel that you're not finding things that are worth your talents and your skills. And there's depression, there's some gloom over this. The fact that either you feel like you have to accept something that is beneath your skill level, in order to make ends meet, and it's not really affording you, the kind of life you feel you deserve.
I mostly want you to remember, of course, that tarot and all divination is a snapshot in time. And we're not economic experts or job counselors. So I do feel like this looks, seriously like depressed economy stuff. Like it's not really so much your fault. It's just the state of the affairs. Having said that, it is likely that, maybe things could turn around if forces in general turn around. But I do feel there's a sense of struggle here, and that you really feel you have something to offer, but it's just not going to make it in this climate right now. They're not really going to be able to make use of the skill level. You may have to be repurposed, or you may have to settle for doing things at a different level than what you're interested in. At least it looks that way now. And
Right.
I'm thinking this reading mostly carries us well into 2022. I wouldn't say it covers the whole year, though.
It could be for a while. And, when we look at what's happening right now worldwide, I feel like this is going to take months for this to straighten out
Yeah,
again.
and I'm sorry about that.
They
Deep
do
Shaker.
talk about, the fact that we're just going to have this major surge now, and then it's going to start righting itself. Okay, but it's not going to be able to right itself overnight. All the effects of what's happening right now are going to take a few months to play out.
Yeah.
So I think you're affected by that. I think a lot of us are going to be, Deep Shaika, and I wish you the best with that. Good luck.
Happy
Good luck.
New Year.
And, check again with us. It's possible.
I want you to.
Yeah, it's picking up the energy of what is happening right now. And as things are transitioning and developing, this may shift. So hang in there. Hang in there. And Lena, you are up.
And Love and Money for 22. And you're welcome, Deep Shaika.
Hey, Melinda, do you want a reading? We'll add you. Lena is up next. And then
There
it would
he
be
is.
you. And we'll close out the show.
And I don't know who hasn't seen this yet, but tomorrow night we're doing this. We're going to do past lives and maybe an offer at a future life if you want. We'll have to see how that works out.
Well, I think it would just be one or the other.
One or the
people would
other.
want. Yeah.
Well, of course. I just wanted our friend to see that dropped in.
Oh, Mr. O, such a work of art.
I know. I'm so cool. I'm so cool. Tomorrow night at 8 p.m.
You're so funny.
Okay, Lena,
All right,
it's
Lena
my deck,
wanted,
isn't it?
Let me double check the question. Okay, the
Love.
question.
Love and money.
Love and money. 2022.
That's right.
General and love and money for 2022. Got it, Lena.
So I'm going to use the Nefertari deck.
All right, you are added, Melinda. Our sleeping cat. His eyes are shut here.
We tried a new stage level here. We opened this up here because we got tired of him dive bombing the set. We would have everything really tight, thinking we could keep him away, and then he would just jump up on the table, knock over the camera, things like that.
He
just
seems very
wanted to
contented
be here.
today.
He wanted to be here, didn't
Aw.
he? There he is. That's our little sun man. My baby. And he's got his little Christmas pickle between his legs there. Not that pickle.
2 and 2.
2 and 2.
Love and money.
Love and money. All right, we got it.
You want to pick them up?
I do. As soon as I get this set. There we go. Oh.
Well, I certainly hope the best for you too, Lena.
Ah,
We're going to do love and money in 2022. Let's see what we have. Let's take a look at the love department
Good
first.
night, Violet. Thanks for dropping in.
Take care, Violet Lotus. See you tomorrow. Be there.
All right, Lena. So you have the Seven of Pentacles.
And this is love. And you get the Seven of Pentacles. And the High Priestess reversed.
And this is for money?
This
No,
was
no.
love.
Still love, okay. And then the High Priestess reversed.
Well, it's interesting because it's the Pentacles again, but the Seven of Pentacles is a card of saying maybe the wait is over. You need to really work on the love department. I feel that love is not going to come easily to you in 2022. And intuitively or instinctively, you know this. The High Priestess is reversed here, though. And it feels as though you have to be... What is the word I'm trying to think of here?
Well, I sort of feel this is talking about being more open to your physicality, and I'm not saying you're not, but I'm saying that maybe
what a good point.
That maybe this suggests that to some degree you should be a little bit more forward about communicating your intentions. Stop waiting and maybe just being a little bit more out there. And I realize some of this stuff depends on social traditions and culture. You know, not all cultures allow women or men to do certain things that are unseeming for that. But that is kind of it in a nutshell, is that you need to sort of empower yourself from the level of you as woman and feel that, you know, what you have should not wither on the vine, if I had to use the metaphor of the Seven of Pentacles, because it really talks about somebody who maybe needs to harvest their crop.
Well, you know, the High Priestess reversed is maybe saying that this is not something that, you know, maybe people are not picking up the signals that you are ready to move forward with another relationship. I don't know. And it's possible maybe that you might be getting mixed signals from others in this next year, and you need to work more on trying to open yourself up more for love to come to you in the year ahead. I feel as though whether you can actively pursue this yourself or whether you want to make it happen, you have to put yourself in the position to make it happen. And also, you have to make sure that you are sending out the proper signals that, you know, you're ready for something new.
I have another thought on the reversed High Priestess,
Okay.
and that could be saying that you need to just really be more, I said this before, but I guess I want to emphasize it, be more comfortable with yourself and more comfortable with the idea of, you know, you challenging, you know, notions about dating. I don't know, I guess I lost it. I had something else there, but I think it's mostly a good sign for you that you just really have to consider being more forward and being out there. So our next,
Well, what's interesting, keep those
Okay.
there, because
the Lenormand,
yeah.
right?
So the thing is, it's kind of a weird reading for a love reading.
Yeah.
But now we did money, and I can't say things are very rosy here right now. We have the Sun reversed. And then we have the Three of Pentacles reversed. I feel as though this is not a year to find success in working with others. This might be a struggle this year. I feel as though the Sun is saying that there is disappointment in working with others. It's almost as if you are going to have success in employment or money in this year ahead, it may be something you have to do on your own.
Right, and I find it kind of interesting that it pairs up against the other set, and I'm wondering if it really says that you can concentrate your energies more in one direction than the other, or that you might find a problem with separating the two. It may be that people who you think could be team workers may feel differently about you. Maybe they feel attractions that you don't necessarily want to engage in, or maybe it's vice versa. Maybe you're just not finding the right people to suit the right situation, whether it's business or love. And it does sort of feel like it is, not finding what you want or not feeling like it's working.
It's really bizarre that, as we're looking at 2022 right now, in a lot of these readings, including Violet Lotus's who's looking at her spiritual path in 2022, there are challenges.
Hardships.
There are definitely challenges right now, and I do feel that the energy of what is going on worldwide is so strong that this is why our cards are coming up this way. I really feel that. I've been feeling this for days now. Mr. O, I have a challenge for you. I want you to shuffle the cards and then draw Lenormands for each of those.
So
top and bottom for one and top and bottom for the other.
Okay. And I wanted to say that the astrological is pretty wiggy. It's especially wiggy for the U.S. because most people look at the U.S. as, it's the Pluto thing. Pluto is returning to its natal chart based on the U.S.'s incorporation date. And this is a big deal. But I wonder how that influences other nations around the world, because I know that some of our folks here come from all over the world. So, for love, you have the Star is the top card.
Okay, and the bottom
is the House. Well, it may be saying that from the sense of comfort of home is more likely to come an inspiration that at least presents a truth to you. Remember, we were talking about philosophies to some degree, facing up to some of that. So it may be that this time is not the best time for you to find romantic love. You might want to settle for feeling the love of family or the love of connection with people who are close to you for those reasons. And maybe it's just because this is a time really for a lot of us to really draw together.
Yeah, I don't know. There is something about family connection or home there, but it could also indicate that, there is security for you regardless of the struggle you're facing in love, and there is still hope here. I think what it's saying is definitely do not give up hope on 2022, but recognize that it may be a struggle for a while before things start to work themselves out. I think 2022 starts off for a lot of us, struggling, at the beginning of the year, maybe for the first 3 months or so. So I feel that might be your case in the love department here, but what it's saying is don't give up hope. Use your home and your family to provide you with the comfort and strength that you need right now. And let's draw the second batch for work.
It may all be the kind of thing we've noticed with several readings that this is a snapshot in time now. Wait a week or two and come back and ask us again or think of other aspects. I really feel it's
picking things up. I just strong feelings.
So with the idea of success in business is
loyalty.
The kitten, which is also known as the dog, and the cross, the candy cane. I'm wondering if some of the decisions towards business will possibly sever relationships that are loyal to you. Like maybe you might get in disputes with people about business situations, or in some way there are some connections that are breaking or ending. And I don't know if that could be because maybe you find you have to move or relocate, or you have to put yourself in situations that maybe just put you at odds with people's comfort factors with you.
It just seems to me right now, Lena, that there is worries and grief and struggles with working with other people right now. This is a work-related reading, and we have the kitten, which often is about friendship, and yet it can be about, partners, it can be about loyalty, and I feel like that's the combination of those two cards are playing heavily into that Three of Pentacles reverse there. That there is this feeling that working with others right now, it's not clicking, or it doesn't seem feasible or advisable.
Those really match that up.
Yeah, yeah. So that's why, again, I'm feeling if you're going to have success, at least early on in making money, it's something that you yourself are going to have to initiate, I think. I don't know if it was you. I know somebody we were reading for in the past was talking about the potential of going into business for themselves. But I mean, it may be if you have a talent or a skill that you can take up and do something on your own to generate some income, maybe that's really what you're going to have to do, and face in 2022.
I wondered if the focus suggested you would be better off focusing one way over the other. And it seems to me like maybe business is where you're going to have more chance of success. And it's still going to be a struggle. But I think that from possible romantic things that you're thinking about, this is not the time to do that. This is probably the time to just sort of seek comfort in your home life and those around you, because
and work on the money situation. I really think you have to figure out what it is you can do, to generate income. If things are not working out, with finding a job through others, you have not had success there, or that just things don't work out because you're not getting along with the people, something like that. So that's what we have for you. Like I said, it's suddenly, we've had a few good readings tonight, but most of them have been struggling either emotionally or, with some challenges here in the workplace and relationship department.
Come back and ask us again in a week or two, and we'll see what's up.
Yeah.
All right, so that
means... And
means...
you all know we're using different decks as we go here, so I find it very interesting that this pattern's happen.
It's true.
Melinda... You're up for reading.
That's what it looks like, Lena. Yeah. So Happy New Year, and we will see you maybe tomorrow or sometime soon.
That is kind of what it looks like right now, Lena. Good luck with that.
Hi, Mandy. Did you have a question tonight?
Or a general reading, or a 2020 outlook, whatever the case may be.
Are you still moving? I don't think you've talked about that recently, and I might have missed any news about that. I was thinking about it earlier today. Maybe that's why you showed up, because I was thinking about you. I don't know. See you tomorrow, Lena.
Yep. Hope to see you there.
You'll be getting up early, I guess, for that one. So here we are at almost 10 to 9. We're closing almost on time. A lot of times we do some overtime here because we just do get stacked up. But Thursday nights is a good night to come because we tend to have less traffic here.
And during the holidays, it's been a lot less. So
right.
It's a good night to come. Looking at employment and health. Okay. Do we want to do that as a 2-4? Or do you
Yeah, we could do that.
Okay. So
in June. Okay, very cool. Very cool.
Awesome. Sounds like a great opportunity for you.
Wish you a lot of luck. I thought it was coming sooner for some reason.
So let's see what's going on. We're going to do it similarly. 2 cards.
Right.
Two
cards
piles,
for the one,
2 for
2 cards
each.
for the other. I see.
All right, Mr. O.
So we're using the Tarot of the
Moon Garden.
Tarot.
It's an older deck of mine.
And I realize Violet may not be here now, but I know she asked a question about requesting decks. And, different people do that. Gina does that all the time. She says this deck or that deck. So if you know what decks we're using, if we've announced it, you can certainly, ask that we use that deck.
Request one of the decks over the others. But the thing is that if it's a deck we don't have handy, we're not going to run and get it for you. It is the decks we're using for the day, though. Yeah. Occasionally, somebody will ask for an oracle reading like Gina, and I can pull one from behind me here. But usually I use the one we've used at the beginning of the show for the collective.
Yes, it's true.
Yeah.
Okay. Employment and health.
Well, let's see what we have here. All right. Let's start with employment. We have the Five of Swords, but thankfully it's reversed. But I don't know if there's a thankful with that one.
Right, and we often don't agree on that. We also have death reversed.
So maybe this is indicative of, things being off to a slow start, nothing happening right now. Maybe it's not projecting that much further ahead into the future. But if this is about right now, right this moment in time, it's showing that not a lot is happening with death reversed. There's stagnation.
Extreme.
Yeah, and the Five of Swords, the Five of Swords, upright or reversed, is an issue. It kind of is a card of nobody wins, but when it's reversed, I would just say that, if you're in a no-win situation right now, or you feel that you are, the one thing is, you have done everything you could do to try to make things right, and things just aren't happening right now. They're just not happening. So don't blame yourself. Just keep your head held high, because this is just a period of stagnation.
And you're right to call me out. I know I promised that, and I will keep that promise. I just haven't quite gotten there yet. But I'll talk to you on Messenger maybe, and we'll hook that up. And
Which one, the Crow Magic or
Murder the Crow?
Oh, the Murder of Crows.
Right,
yeah.
I promised her a personal reading, so I'm going to do that.
Okay, yeah.
Because you are my friend.
We shall do that. All right. Well, do you want to add on that?
I wanted to add that if this is really about now, and that's how I see that, I don't think we were thinking about 6 months from now when we think that's happening. But right now, there's a lot of stagnation here. And I call the reverse Five of Swords the card of no one wins.
Right, well, I've said that. Yeah.
Yes, and she said that too.
But it's both ways for me.
It's both ways, but it really does suggest that most of the energies at play right now will have just as much of a destructive effect as they might have of being helpful. So in other words, this could be saying that maybe there are a lot of people who want to try to help you or situations in general. Maybe you're even one of them trying to help somebody else's, but it's just not helpful enough. There's just something wrong about that. And I think it's more about the thing behind death reversed. And to me, what that really comes down to is a lot of times there's very few cards that really have a larger than personal meaning, but death reversed is one of them. Death reversed really talks about things on a bigger stage, politically, state, national, inertia. And so this is really talking about this coming time in the very next few weeks where there's just going to be a lot of divisiveness, a lot of strangulation in the world, because everything is just really stagnant and adverse. People don't want to work together, or people want to attack the people that are working together, or all kinds of combinations of that.
Well, that's why I feel when it's reversed, there is this element that you've done what you can, and if you have done what you can hold your head up high. If there's any win in this situation, it's the fact that you tried, and that counts for something. Now
we're going to move to health.
Let's look at health. Well, the Emperor's reversed here, but the good news is the Ace of Staffs is upright. So I feel like if you feel like things have been a little bit out of control lately, or you're concerned about things getting out of control, heck, we got this virus we all got to be careful of, especially people with compromised immune systems and stuff. The Ace of Staffs is indicating that there's a positive new beginning here for you, that something's going to start looking up and be more growthful and positive.
I think that, of course, is modified by that reversed Emperor, because I think that's saying that you're going to have to take more autonomy, control for that. You will be put into that position, and so a lot of that will be dependent on how much of that you do. I think, it's just telling you that if up to now you haven't been doing that, you definitely need to do that. And I don't know your personal exact health information, but I think this is just saying there is a good opportunity for you, but you have to make sure you don't lose control. And so part of that could be...
Or lose sight of it.
lose sight of the control, but part of it could just be too, when you have treatments for certain things that are going on, question them and or keep looking for all the information you need to find.
All right, so for this, we're going to do 2 sets of Lenormand again. It's on me this time.
I'm so glad I don't have to hunt for another job. I have a lowly little part-time job. I make under $10 an hour now, and I work 15 hours a week. And I'm in a public setting that I'm a little bit dubious about in recent weeks because of everything going on. But we all wear masks, and I'm wearing, I fold up some filters and put them inside a pocket in my mask. Kit made them for me. You remember her, I think. And they're wonderful. I just hope for the best. We both feel compromised being older and different things.
Well, my cancer too puts me at risk, so blood cancer, asthma. I truly do not want to catch this thing if I can avoid it. All right, so there is the clouds here, and this is in the regard to work right now, which is not a surprise. And then we have the whip. And so I don't know if you have any job applications out there at the moment, but it does look like there is some disappointment here that's coming. There might be some disappointing news, some setbacks. The dark clouds are facing the whip, so I feel that something sudden is going to kind of disappoint you in the job market.
Right. It may be saying that just everything that's right out there fresh now, the resumes you put out recently and or the interviews you're hoping to get, there's not going to be anything that will happen positive. You may find out quickly that it's just not working out. With those.
Or maybe there's some confusion too.
That's possible.
Unclear clarity, a lack of clarity of where to go. Maybe the whip is also saying that, you need to fix that. You need to clarify your direction and your focus.
In happier employment times, I remember, somebody saying, hey, we appreciate this application, but you forgot this section. And I was actually given a chance to fill that out. So make sure, of course, that if there are things that need to be filled out completely in terms of applications, that you do that. You may find out quickly otherwise, if there's a confusion about that.
Exercise would be good for you. As a matter of fact, why don't you also get plenty of sunshine along with that? That is the sun card in the Lenormand.
But far away from people.
And it is coupled with the key card. So I feel here the key is maintaining vibrant health. The sun is about success, good health. So I feel here that maybe you are moving towards a period where your health will be good, or you need to do the things to maintain that. If things have been okay, then do things to really maintain and bolster that now. This is the time. The key card is just basically saying, this is the key. And the sun is here to saying there is success here for you in the health department. But with that Emperor reverse there, you got to get control over, your health, and you got to maintain it.
And I wonder, too, if that could just be saying that, in several months from now, you're moving to a warmer climate. So that could be indicated by that.
Maybe, yeah.
And that may be a key. I know of people who leave their home state of Michigan, sadly for me to not see them as often anymore, but they somehow have changed their health perspectives for various reasons. So I knew somebody who had horrible sinuses and allergies and lost them all completely after they moved overseas. I hope you don't have to do that. But so things can change because sometimes, we're damper up here. People get arthritis up here. I'm always sneezing. It'd probably be good for me to be somewhere where it's drier even. So I think this is correct. And I think that although the sun, the fireplace, more likely in tarot talks about information, I'm going to throw a little bit of shade towards the sun and say that maybe part of the key towards your health is finding out more too. And so keep investigating things. I think it's a good idea. Training did so much for us, especially her. Having a physical trainer, and it may not be what you're looking at exactly, but Banshee having a physical trainer helped so much.
That's what we have for you, Mandy. Good luck with that. And hey, that's it, Mr. O. And look at that. We are right on time.
I wanted to say something to January Girl and to anybody else that's here and say that, yeah, I agree. We're moving back into this territory now. What I am doing is I have some nice cloth masks that are double layered with a pocket in the middle, and I'm taking coffee filters, and I'm taking 2 or 3 of them and folding them up so that they're just multi, and stick it down in there, and that's what I'm wearing to work. Mostly. I have some other ones, but they're just cloth. I can't put a pocket with any kind of filter in there. So I'll just be using those ones. And I have about 4 or 5 of them, so I can just keep recycling them.
Well, trust us. We are really doing less and less going out. And hopefully that trend will continue for as long as we need to. We're in it to win it. I'll take my cards, Mr. O.
I'm going to check back with you, Mandy, soon on Messenger about that, but also I have another question about something else that's going on that I wanted to ask you about, so hopefully you can help me with that.
All right, so everybody, thank you again. And for those we will not see tomorrow night at our past life readings, Happy New Year to you. We wish you the best in 2022. By the looks of cards right now, for everybody, it looks like it's going to be a little bit of a rocky start. Stay tuned for our 2022 predictions video for the U.S. and world that we will be coming out with soon, and find out more about what's in store.
And I'm going to play the promo for tomorrow night one more time on our way out of here.
Because he likes it.
Because I like it, and I can talk over it too, as long as I don't say something I'm not supposed to say. So thank you everybody for coming again tonight, and if we see you tomorrow night, Happy New Year. We love you all, so we really appreciate you being here. Thank you, all of you. Thank you for the donation earlier tonight. You guys are the best. Would love to see you, Mandy. Thank you.